This is a little passway between 82nd and the 60s of Southeast Stark. Kind of a special energy. A lot of good energy is coming out of this spot. That's why it's a higher property value. So you have a little hill that goes up. So anywhere where there's hills, I don't know what it is about getting away from lower elevation, but I do think that there's different spiritual energies based on where you are. Altitude, I think that's what's also special about Colorado. I think that's also what repels me about Portland being at sea level or below sea level. A lot of icky energies here that I sense seem to concentrate around certain elevations. But that aside, now we're going downhill. This is also a higher end coffee shop, but not a bad place to do some writing or thinking, although I'm not really drawn to hang out here because it's so high end. And you know, the way some Portlanders are. But that aside, this is actually heading the direction of Laurelhurst Park, where you've seen me do a lot of videos. So now we're at 58th. Laurelhurst Park is like between 39th and say 32nd. A lot of people sporting their motorcycles. I've seen a lot of dirt bikes. You gotta be really careful driving a motorcycle, but there's this, I think, a false sense of security. Some drivers are decent and polite, many are not. Just like anywhere else, you have issues with road rage. Looking at the homes here, so we've moved away from the lower income area, and now we're smack dab in the higher income area. Big time, $500,000 homes, and it gets even more so the closer one gets to 39th. And that area around 39th and Burnside, and 39th and Stark, you're talking about palaces. I don't know what it looked like years and years and years ago, but certainly nowadays, the property value of the Laurelhurst neighborhood has just skyrocketed, which this pretty much borders. A lot of kids in Portland, a lot of people everywhere crossing. This is the Portland Nursery. So it's an alternative to going to Home Depot and going to Lowe's and buying, you know, the demon seed from Monsanto. I'm sure they have some organic options. This is 49th. It's a main thoroughfare to get to Belmont and then Hawthorne Boulevard. So as you can see, we're in the grid, and this is like the peaceful part of the grid that people like where the grid meets nature. And the big way that is Portland. So for a lot of people that have migrated from the really populated areas where they're bumping into people all the time, and crime, pollution, high rent, for those folks, yes, I understand why this is a real live paradise on earth, but not really. Trees are blooming, nature is here, but man has conquered this nature, and so thus there's an energetic backlash. It's not very difficult to understand. It's not the most complicated concept in the universe of energy return, or what you put out comes back, and on a larger scale, be it a city, a county, a region, a country, or even a whole planet, okay? They're doing some reconstruction here at the Shell gas station. Now we're on 39, heading north, passing Laurelhurst Park behind me, because I'm going to go to the library over here, which is to the left, where they have high-speed internet, and upload the videos that I shot today. At the moment, gas in Oregon or Portland at the Arco is $2.59. Of course, this is one of the cheaper gas stations in town, as well as busier. Let me know what the average cost of gas is where you're at. A lot more dwellings have gone up over there, as you can see, micro apartments. This was developed in the last decade. Two Brothers Cafe and Grill. I haven't been there yet. It was an Eastern European restaurant before it was that. Walgreens over there. And a place called Movie Madness up Belmont, which dabbles in cult films on VHS tapes. They still have them. Now I'm sure DVD. Making a left-hand turn on a busy intersection. We'll talk to you again soon.